Britain and the African National Congress. He said it was the right time to get across to them the case against violence.
And just time to have a quick look at tomorrow morning's front pages. Times, they decide that Sir Robert Armstrong's amazing appearance for the Select Committee. Armstrong explains regrets over Westland. Then three papers decide that the radiation leak at Sellafield is the main story. Radiation mist in the Mail. Financial Times, plutonium discharge contaminates Sellafield nuclear plant. Guardian, nuclear mist sounds alert at Sellafield. And then one headline from The Sun, which I simply must share with you. AIDS man bites two cops. Two policemen in fear of their lives last night after being bitten by a drunk with AIDS, though inside they say, the authorities say that there's no danger, or the very, very little danger of anybody contacting AIDS by that particular course. Now, tomorrow we're back at 10:35. Don't forget that there's that exclusive interview which Peter has done with President Ferdinand Marcos of the Philippines. That's as the Philippines go to the polls, only on Newsnight at 10:35. Join us then. Now from Jenny and me, a very good night.
These are tomorrow night's programmes on BBC Two. The Enterprise encounters the deserted hulk of a sister starship in orbit around the planet Omega-4 in Star Trek at 6 o'clock. And Tony Soper is out and about discovering animals at 6:50 in a journey which takes him from the Cairngorms to Richmond Park in search of deer. And at 7:15, animal husbandry is the theme of the fourth programme in the series Far From Paradise. Time Watch at 8:10 sheds new light on the life and times of Henry VII and brings the story of the Tudor warship Mary Rose up to date as its timbers and artefacts are reassembled. A financial crisis faces the government of Jim Hacker in Yes Prime Minister at 9 o'clock, followed by 40 minutes with the country's busiest ambulance station as we watch the progress of two newcomers to the ambulance service, an ex-nurse and a former bank employee. That's at 9:30, and at 10:10, Tony Meo and Canadian Kirk Stevens do battle in the fourth game of the International Snooker Tournament, Pot Black 86. Newsnight is back with us at 10:35, and we end the evening with coverage of the Indoor Bowls Championship from Coatbridge at 11:25. And that's tomorrow night here on BBC Two. Now with the weather view, here's Bill Giles.
Good evening to you. Well, it looks as though many of us are going to get a covering of snow tonight. There's some fairly heavy snow showers pushing into the eastern side of Scotland down into northeastern part of England, and some rather more persistent snow over central and some southern parts too. And as we go through the night, there's rather more persistent stuff edging further into South Wales down towards southwestern parts of England. And here certainly a covering, and in some places it could be a few inches of snow, I think, by the end of the night. Well, the reason you can see is this low pressure area sitting down here. That's going to just drift its way slowly southwestward, so keep the threat of snow going in southern parts right the way through tomorrow. The other feature that we can see on this chart is that we've still got these quite strong, cold easterly winds. We've had them for about a week now, and the main difference between what it was a few days ago and what it'll be like tomorrow is that the air is now coming more from Scandinavia, so certainly feeling very much colder, I think, tomorrow, with some temperatures barely getting above freezing. Well, the rainfall charts look like this. I say rainfall, it is rain, certainly out in the Atlantic, but as far as we're concerned, it's snowfall, and this was what it was like at 9 o'clock this evening. You can see the batch over central parts of the country, and those showers feeding onto that eastern coast. And I think they'll continue to do that over the next 2 or 3 days. But back to the weather then, that's the position just at the moment. The snow working its way down into southwestern parts, and always these snow showers continuing to push their way in from the eastern coast. Now, it's going to be a cold night tonight. As you can see, temperatures down to -2 Celsius in most places. That doesn't seem very much, but coupled with this strong easterly wind, that'll make it a severe frost, I think, in many parts of the country. And the lowest temperatures tonight, I think, probably in Holland and up in central parts of Scotland, where they could get down to about -6 degrees Celsius through the night. And then tomorrow, well, then a good deal of cloud, still some snow around, some rather more persistent stuff still probably in southwest England, southwestern parts of Wales there. And although I think it's likely to turn rather more showery as we go through the day down there, there could still be a chance, there's a risk any rate, of some rather prolonged showers up into South Wales, the southern part of the Midlands, southwest England, perhaps down into the Channel Islands as well. Whereas further east and further north, there will be the breaks in the snow, so much more in the way of snow showers. Still some heavy ones coming into there, but probably becoming a little bit lighter as the day goes by. Now, a good deal of cloud, as I've said, for most of us, but there will be some brightness. The best of any sunshine going, I think, in western parts of Scotland, down into Northern Ireland and perhaps the extreme northwestern part of England. But a very cold day, as you can see, temperatures not getting above freezing in some places, and coupled with the strong easterly wind, it's going to make it feel, I think, bitterly cold in most parts of the country. Looking a little bit further ahead, the weather map really doesn't change very much. That's the one for tomorrow, and this is the one as we go through into the weekend. Still feeding in these cold easterly winds, so bitterly cold, widespread, often severe frost at night, and temperatures struggling to get up to freezing, I think, through the day, with these easterly winds continuing to bring some snow showers onto the eastern coast, and perhaps still a few down in southern counties as well. Well, that's it from me. Bye-bye for now.
And that's also the end of our evening on BBC Two, but you'll find plenty of company on Radio 2, where Brian Matthew will be presenting round midnight for another hour, followed by Wednesday's Night Ride with Peter Dixon, starting at 1 a.m. And with the time now at coming up to 1.5 minutes to midnight from all of us here on BBC Two, good night to you.